Hello and welcome to the Hardison and Cochran podcast. In today's episode, North Carolina Workers' Compensation Board-Certified Specialist Attorney Ben Cochran will be answering the question, what is a functional capacity evaluation and how is it used in North Carolina workers' compensation claims? Now, here's Ben Cochran.
Injured employees that are on workers' compensation in North Carolina are ultimately trying to get to what's called maximum medical improvement. If you're injured and your claim has been deemed to be compensable and the insurance company and employer are going to provide benefits, they will pay you time loss benefits called temporary total disability benefits while you are out of work, and they will also provide you with your medical treatment. Your medical treatment, depending on the nature of it, whether it be conservative or surgical, ultimately will come to a conclusion called maximum medical improvement. And that's a point in time when the doctor says, this individual is as good as they're going to get. And at that point in time, they may assign what's called a permanent partial disability rating. And then they may question as to whether or not the injured worker has permanent restrictions. In North Carolina, a test called the functional capacity evaluation is the most common form of a test that is utilized by workers' compensation to determine whether or not an individual has permanent restrictions, and if so, what the actual extent of those restrictions are. So once an individual reaches maximum medical improvement, the treating physician may and most likely recommend a functional capacity evaluation to determine those restrictions. The functional capacity evaluation is usually a one-day test that may take several hours for the injured employee to complete. Ultimately, the results are sent to the treating physician for evaluation by them to determine A, whether or not it is an indicator that can be used for the injured employee, or B, if unfortunately it doesn't provide enough information to where the treating physician can assign restrictions. In either case, if you've been recommended for a functional capacity evaluation, or your physician has indicated that they don't think it gives an accurate position of where you stand medically, or you even question the functional capacity evaluation yourself, give us a call. Let's talk about it.
Thank you for listening to the Hardison and Cochran podcast. If you had any questions, feel free to contact the firm through their website at lawyernc.com. Once again, that's lawyernc.com. We hope you have a great day. Listening to this podcast does not create an attorney-client relationship between you and Hardison and Cochran. Hardison and Cochran does not accept new clients until obtaining a signed agreement. This podcast is for informational purposes only and should not be intended or taken as legal advice. If you have a legal matter, contact a licensed attorney in your state about your specific set of circumstances.